Guys, what's going on? My name is Louis, and God bless every single one of you. Today is October 25th, 2023, and welcome to the Grand Supreme News channel. Alright guys, so we have some urgent information coming out. If you can, please share the video. And it says here, more rocket and drone strike on U.S. forces in Syria. Now it says here, pro-Iranian forces are on the offensive. All right, so we're going to see what's going on here, guys. A lot of stuff is coming out. And we need to pray for the sleeping giant troops. We need to pray for many sleeping giant soldiers out there. We have more breaking news updates. U.S. naval forces being deployed in the Pacific as well. The Pacific. Now, this is a global operation against the enemies of sleeping giant. What in the world is going on here? Let me just click on this really quick, guys. Again, please share the video. So something suspicious is happening with the sleeping giant aircraft carrier CVN-71 Roosevelt left Santiago today. Yesterday, CVN-72 Abraham Lincoln left the same base. Is a sleeping giant preparing for a biblical war? All right. So once again, the Pacific. So this could be for the Red Dragon in North Korea, China and North Korea, because those are the only two that hasn't invaded yet. North K to invade South K, the Red Dragon to invade Taiwan. All right, those are the final two. We have more breaking news updates. Look at this one here, guys. A lot of information is coming out. So you had Jewish students at Cooper Union College in New York have reportedly been locked inside the school library by security as pro-palace demonstrators pound on the door. Let me set up the audio. You know, this is just the tip of it. This is, again, the tip of it, the tip of the iceberg. Because the sleeping giant is sending a lot of stuff. We have a new speaker now, and they signed a check. And it's going to be a lot of things that they're going to be sending, a lot. And this thing right here that's going on is just the tip of it. You have one side saying ceasefire, the other side is saying, So once again, we need to pray for the sleeping giant and everybody in the world. Look at this. Exclusive, and it says the Holy Land will flood Hamas tunnels within what? What? So I pulled this up. Right, and this was showing right there 2 hours ago. So the palace resistance groups expect Holy Land to flood tunnels with nerve gas and some very powerful stuff under the surveillance of sleeping giant Delta Force commandos as part of a surprise strike on the Gaza Strip, a senior Arab source familiar with the group told the Middle EI. We're going to see what's going on in this one here, guys. And I also want to bring something up really quick because a lot of people are saying, Louis, there wasn't no more sleeping giant soldiers that was impacted. Yes, and the information came out today, 4 hours ago. I got to highlight it. There you go. That's the one. At least 30, not 24, but the numbers is rising. 30 sleeping giant military personnel sustained minor injuries from drone and rocket strikes on coalition military bases in Iraq and Syria on October the 18th. Defense official told the news on Wednesday, today. All right, so I got to bring all this information up because I know some people are saying that's not true. Yes, it is. All right, there's a lot of things happening. These tough times are real living. All right, here we go. So we got some more information coming out. Armageddon. You guys already know we talked about this, but there's something in here that we haven't talked about. This one. All right. So last night, you guys already know, late last night, I posted the story about this one here. Is position in the Middle East. All right. This here is going to help the U.S. forces that's being impacted in those air bases. All right. So the F-16 is going to go to them. Then you have the plan of the 600,000 sleeping giant citizen evacuation from Israel to Lebanon. Then you have the U.S. deploys 12 new A/A system and many more stuff. That's the reason why you got all those stuff going on. People banging at the door. That video that I showed you about New York, that's the tip of it. That's why the Sleeping Giant has put out warnings to Sleeping Giant citizens. Be on the lookout. In other words, we're about to enter WW3. And the world is going to despise the Sleeping Giant and the JEWS. But don't worry. Mr. Burns is fine. This, again, Sleeping Giant leader. He's fine. They're not going to go after him. I mean, he's protected. He got all these security guards. He got everything. You know, he's fine. Underground cities, bunkers, and all that. So he's doing fine. He's going to be okay. Us, we need to prepare ourselves spiritually, physically, and mentally. Thousands of Egyptians on the, the Holy Land plan to displace palace in this region. All right. So we're going to see what's going on in these stories here. But if you can, please pray for many people out there. Because it seems like it's not going to look pretty good. So the Holy Land Palace War. The Holy Land will flood Amma's tunnel? With what? All right. Okay. I want to thank everybody so much for the love and support. Thank you for sharing the video. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for your love and support, either through Patreon or PayPal. Thank you so much. Your support truly helps out. Now, guys, notification has not been sent out, all right? So when people don't receive notification, my views does not go up. So it's very important to make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me on Twitter. When you follow me on Twitter, I share my videos on Twitter. You will receive notification no matter what. It's not like this platform. This platform only allows 3 notifications a day. And you guys know I post more than 3 videos. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. And, just make sure you come back to my channel and see if there's any videos posted. So again, guys, last week I got hit not once but twice by the platform. And ever since that, my videos views, I guess it put me under the rug for now. Yikes. I'm going to have to get a little closer. I can't see these words. So the palace resistance groups expect Holy Land to flood tunnels with some very powerful stuff under the surveillance of Sleeping Giant Delta Force commandos as part of a surprise event on the Gaza Strip. Yeah, but what happened to those innocent people out there? I mean, so it says here the Holy Land and the Sleeping Giant hope to achieve the element of surprise in order to penetrate Amma's tunnels, rescues an estimated 220, and take out thousands of the boots belonging to Amma's. The source said in a statement, noting that the info comes from a leak in the Sleeping Giant. Are you serious? Can this be true? Wow. All right, so it says here the middle EI cannot independently verify the info in the leak. So we don't know if this is true. We don't know if it's true. All right, so again, guys, when it comes to this type of story, I try to, give my viewers the really, really 100% accurate ones. Like the one with Vladimir heart attack. Again, that was baloney. This one here, can it be true? If there's nothing to back it up, It's just a conspiracy. All right, that's what it is. So this one here, they said there was a leak that was released, but they can't verify it. I'm just gonna skip this one here, because again, guys, like I said, I don't like. Uh, I'm gonna have to do some more research. Put it like that. I'm gonna have to do some more research. And I done read the article, and I should have. But again, when I was making a video, I just searched it up while I was making a video, and it just popped up. So, but again, guys, I'm gonna do some research on that one. Now, it's not 100% guaranteed they're gonna be doing that stuff in the tunnel. So, if they do, I mean, that's very concerning. Very, very concerning. All right, so let's go with this news right here. I want to see what's going on with this one. I'm just going to zoom it in really quick so you guys have a better view. All right, so it says here, in the moves that refer to generalized ignition in the Middle East and Armageddon, the sleeping giant is moving forward as the Holy Land has publicly admitted. The ground operation has not yet begun because the sleeping giant has not completed its preparation. According to Sleeping Giant Media, the leader of the sleeping giant is drawing up a plan to evacuate hundreds of thousands of sleeping giant citizens from the Middle East if the event in Gaza does not stop, according to 4 officials familiar with the Sleeping Giant Gulf emergency plan. The official, speaking on condition of anonymity because of details of the initial deliberation, said the sleeping giant living in the Holy Land and neighboring Lebanon were of particular concern, though they stressed that an evacuation of this magnitude was considered a worst-case scenario. But you guys already know this. So I did post a video, so the link will be, the video will be in this channel. But I'm gonna skip a lot of this stuff here, guys. So basically, altogether is 700, at least 746,000. That's almost a million right there that needs to be evacuated. But now, the U.S. administration concern extends beyond those 2 countries as officials monitor street riots that have spread across the Arab world, putting both the sleeping giant personnel and civilians in the region at risk, at increased risk. And you guys already seen, I've been talking about the sleeping giant soldiers that is being impacted. It says here you have top sleeping giant officials have been reluctant to publicly discuss such contingency plans, hoping to avoid causing panic among the sleeping giant regions. But their stance has changed in recent days to convey anxiety about the other actors entering the conflict. Last week, the State Department issued an advisory to all sleeping giant citizens around the world to exercise increased caution. That right there is a confirmation that big things are coming. And basically, the world is going to despise the sleeping giant. All right, so prep. So due to increased tensions in various locations around the world, potential T strikes, demonstration, all lawlessness action against citizens and interest of the sleeping giant. We're gonna skip that one. And I did talk about this one. I'm also gonna skip this one here, guys. Way ahead of all these news. Way ahead. Like I said, this link here will be in the comments box if you got again if you guys want to check it out. All right, it's gonna say F-16s in the Middle East. That's the title. I'm just gonna skip all this here, guys. So here's the thing. Earlier I showed the Abraham Lincoln and the amphibious. You have those carrier strike group in the Pacific. The Pacific is going to be packed too. Just like the Mediterranean Sea, that's going to be, that's packed. The Pacific is also going to be packed. There's a possibility they're not going to go after Red Dragon or North Cape, but just in case worst case scenario, they just want to make, be prepared. These F-16 are going to be sent to sleeping giant forces out there in the Middle East. All right, so State Department evacuates diplomats from Iraq, Bahrain, and Kuwait to follow. And guys, I just posted a video about Kuwait, about the air bases. All right, so the sleeping giant is evacuating diplomatic personnel from Iraq, employees of Sleeping Giant Embassy in Baghdad, and the Sleeping Giant Consulate General in Erbil, as well as their family members, will return home. Man, this thing is getting really ugly. Families members and non-emergency gov personnel at the Sleeping Giant Embassy in Baghdad and the Sleeping Giant Consulate General in Erbil have been instructed to evacuate due to heightened security warnings. It's not looking good. Recently, the State Department allowed the families of diplomats and some diplomatic personnel to leave Lebanon. Sleeping Giant wishes to leave the country will also urge not to delay their departure due to the unpredictable security situation. Those remaining in the country are advised to prepare emergency plans. On the table is also the option of evacuating the families of Sleeping Giant soldiers, mainly from the bases in Bahrain and Kuwait. According to the State Department statement, the embassy is aware of, okay, this is the one that we actually talked about. So yeah, I did talk about this one here. All right, so let's see what's going on with this story. This is something big. You have France has sent the amphibious assault ship to the Mediterranean. That area is just packed. Man, they're really packing stuff up there. And then I start thinking about Jerusalem. I know a lot of people don't agree with me when it comes to the mystery of Babylon, the great city that will be burned with fire, and many ships will be out there, and those on the ship will see that great city burning with fire. Guys, I don't see too many ships out there in front of New York, and no, those regular ships are just workers. I'm talking about military ships. All right, I don't see too many out there in front of New York. I don't see military ships here in the Sleeping Giant. All these military ships are being deployed in different regions around the world, not here in the Sleeping Giant. All right, because the mystery of Babylon talk about many ships from far away seeing the burning of this great city, Babylon. All right, there's no ships going on here. All the ships is out there. In Jerusalem, you got to keep your eye on Jerusalem. I feel like the mystery of Babylon is Jerusalem. Other people believe that the mystery of Babylon is the world system, which, yes, I do believe it could be. But again, when it comes to the city, that great city, which many prophets call that great city, what great city? Jerusalem. You know how many people walked in that city? Many. Many. We're talking about way out there in the Old Testament, King David and all them. Jesus Christ, the disciple, John, you had the apostle Paul, Peter, many people walked in that great city, Jerusalem. One day I do believe is gonna go out. And the Bible says in the in the book of Revelation, there will be a new Jerusalem coming down from the heavens. there will be a new Jerusalem coming down from the heavens. So if there's going to be a new Jerusalem, I guess this one here, something's going to happen to it pretty soon. We are so close because the Holy Land is going to see a lot of firepower going on. Hezbollah has over 100,000 missiles. Persia has long-range missiles. The bear is also going to get involved. Keep your eyes on Damascus, Isaiah chapter 17, the destruction of Damascus. And keep your eyes on that great city, Jerusalem, which I do believe is the mystery Babylon. Now, a lot of people believe that America is the Babylon. America is not a city. America is a country. All right. So again, I just don't see New York being the mystery Babylon. All right. So when Jerusalem is out, the system will collapse, will shatter. All right. So it says here you have France has sent the amphibious. We already read that part. All right. So the French Navy has announced that FS. A Mistral class amphibious assault ship is currently deployed in the Eastern Mediterranean to join NATO naval forces, including the battle group led by USS Ford of the coast of the Holy Land. Something's going to happen in that area. Someone's going to drop a big NUKE in that territory, guys. I don't know. I just feel it. So the French helicopter carrier sailed today from the port of Toulon in the south of France around 16 local time, 17 Greek time, according to the French source. During his visit to this region, Emmanuel Macron announced earlier today that a French Navy ship was go to support a hospital in Gaza. Now, a French plane will also land on Thursday in Egypt to deliver medical supplies. The French leader added, clarifying that more will follow. Humanitarian aid has been gathering in Egypt for days before it trickles into Gaza throughout the Rafah, crossing the only one not controlled by the Holy Land. Now you have the Tenere is a Mistral class ship, a class of amphibious assault ships. These ships are 199 meter long, are amphibious helicopter carriers and capable of carrying out, in a short period of time, operation of crisis management, transport, and even evacuation of patients and medical support by amphibious and aerial means, according to the French Ministry of the Armed Forces. He participated in operation to evacuate French and European citizens from the Middle East during the Holy Land Hellsbowl War in 2006. All right, we're going to skip some of this here, guys. All right, so it has 69 hospital beds and 2 surgical units. The Tamare can act as a mobile command and control center. It can carry 16 helicopters as well as 60 armored vehicles or 13 leather tanks. This is basically a hospital on a sea, if you think about it. This is basically a hospital meant for soldiers. Let's say multiple soldiers get impacted. These helicopters will pick them up and bring them to that ship, which is a hospital facility. So you got multiple helicopters. That's for, to pick up, drop off soldiers or pick up the hurts, the injured ones. And again, that's what I believe. And it's going to, it's going to join forces with the USS Ford. This here is going to be a big biblical war. This here is going to be huge. All right, guys. I just wanted to bring this information up. I know we talked about the 600,000. We talked about the F-16. We talked about so many other stuff. But wow, we are seeing something that we haven't seen in a long time. And now we have a new speaker. A lot of was talked about today. It's going to be a lot of things to come. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please share this video. For those of you that want to give your life to Christ, you can email me. My email is in the description box. Me and my wife are here to help many and to lead many to the righteous path, and that's the path of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, Louis Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for he's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.